This episode of From Tops to Bottoms contains strong language, content of a sexual nature, and stuff that will probably offend your nan.
Hello guys, gals and non-binary pals. Welcome to another episode of From Tops to Bottoms. My name is Cassie.
My name is Sam.
And I am so excited for today's episode.
Before we even tell you what today's episode is, even though you will already know because it's the title of the podcast, how are you today, Cassie?
I'm good. Real good, I guess. Got work later.
Oh, exciting.
Miley released a new tune this week. Midnight Sky. Stunning.
Yes.
So ready for her mullet era. Like, fuck me. Can't wait for all my feminist breakdowns of her songs, as always, and her life, as always. Be prepared for that, Sam.
I was riding home from being with Ashton today on the moped, just with this on repeat, and I felt like such a fucking badass bitch.
See? Well, that's illegal, by the way, Sam.
A lot of things I do here are illegal, Cassie.
Yeah, true. I feel like everything I did in China was illegal. But here, I get locked up for riding my bike with headphones in.
No, I didn't have both
Okay.
my headphones in. I had it on a little speaker on my cradle. After the battery in my headphones ran out.
Little rat. Anyway, how are you, kid?
All right. I didn't die on my moped from listening to music with my headphone on. So,
Do you know what? To be fair, I won't lie to you. I used to ride my moped with headphones in because you do feel like a bad bitch.
yeah. I always ride with one out though, so I can still hear what's going on because people like to beep when they're behind you, and like people don't always drive with their lights on, and you know what the driving in Beijing's like, and people drive like they want to die, and some people drive like they want to take you with them. So, like, it's very important that you have your wits about you.
I mean, I don't think I would have done it in China. I don't even think I would have rode a bike in China because fuck the drivers in China. They genuinely
Very frustrating.
Anywho, enough chit chat.
Can we talk about this more before we get onto this week's content?
Nope. This week we are going through Sam's old fan fiction.
Yes, we are.
My gosh, I thought we needed a light-hearted episode. So when we discussed it, Sam was like, well, we could maybe kind of potentially read my fan fiction. I was like, yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing.
That's it.
We're doing it.
The episode. That's the content we've been looking for.
Literally.
And honestly, I think I'm all right with it. You know, I wrote this a very long time ago, so the embarrassment is super real. But also, it's a nice little throwback for me, and I'm very, very excited for you all to hear this.
I've not heard it, by the way. Like,
No.
I know you don't. You know that, like, listeners. I've not heard it. I've heard. Apparently, Sam's wrote a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard like a couple of paragraphs of one. Probably the best piece of literature I've ever heard in my life, to be honest.
In total, I downloaded all the fan fiction I've written, and I've written over 100,000 words of fan fiction.
Sam! Sam!
I know.
Who the fuck has the time?
Me, apparently.
Sam!
Wow.
How old were you?
So, on the website that I uploaded this to, which I'll mention in a minute, it said I first became a member in 2005, so I was 14 at the time.
Sam, did you not have exams or anything? Like,
Did you not have any friends?
did you just come home from school and just write?
Honestly, yeah.
I think it's worth noting that this is all Good Charlotte fan fiction, by the way. We've not even mentioned that yet. This is all about Good Charlotte. Who has that much to say about Good Charlotte that they wrote that many words? Honestly, I can't wait to hear this. What I've already heard, the tiny bit I've already heard was a lot. It was a lot.
Honestly,
we unpacked that shit. It was mad.
Oh, God. So, I did used to upload it to a specific website, that a lot of my high school friends who might be listening to this might be familiar with, because people used to like reading it, and like I never used to have any shame about it, but now I have a burning shame. But it's uploaded to a website called gcfanfics.com. So there is a very specific community for this. And
GC is in Good Charlotte.
Yeah, GC is in Good Charlotte. Fanfics.com. And
I'm going to go on there and write a Gemma Collins one.
Oh my fucking God. And my username was...
Oh no.
your nightmare before Christmas. So you are nightmare B, the number 4, and Xmas, because I'm so edgy. And my bio, which I was looking at today, my username bio on this fucking website was my MySpace username. Which, did you ever use MySpace, Cassie, or was that like before your time?
I think we had MySpace for like half a year before we moved on to something else.
Oh,
like
wow.
Pixo or something.
Oh, so my username was myspace.com/innocencex oh, woo. There's a lot going on there.
Oh, I love this.
There's so much that I forget about from the MySpace era, that like one particular memory I have is my email address used to be it's not a fashion statement _ it's a death wish @hotmail.co.uk, only I spelt statement wrong. I forgot the E. so then the girl that had the actual email address added me, and she was like, people keep adding me thinking that I'm you, and like these are all your friends, and we are still friends now. Like we still talk like on the reg. Yeah, like she's just had a baby. Like shout out Talia, hello. And I also think she listens to this.
Oh my God! And that's how you met.
Yeah, that's how we met.
That is something else.
Isn't
You've got
that
a
bizarre?
life. Your life is fucking mad.
But yeah, and like me and Ashton, who I've mentioned a couple of times on here before, like we were talking about MySpace and vampire freaks and stuff, and that was all a very dark period of my life that this kind of came from as well. So I'm very excited for you all to hear this.
So is it some sort of, is this like the whole 100,000 words? Is it like a book? Is it one story? Is it the same characters?
It's not all the same story. Let me go onto my user page here because I have my computer in front of me. I
love that you're 29 reading this.
I hate that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different stories. One of them has 28 chapters and is not completed. One has 5 chapters that is not completed. Another one has 5 chapters that is not completed, and one has 8 chapters that is completed. And what's annoying is that I finished most of these, and they were all in notebooks, and like I wrote them all in notebooks and then typed them up. And I don't remember where those notebooks are. Like, so they could be hiding in my parents' house at the minute.
Nah, your ma's found them and burnt them.
Oh no, she's found one of them once before. And that was horrifying. But yeah, Mum, if you are listening and you find these, please don't tell me, please burn them.
Robin, tell me, please tell me, text me, Robin, tell me, send them to me.
But also I kind of want to know how all of these fan fictions end, because that's very frustrating. I can't remember how most of them end. Like I've gone through one of them that I wrote, which was called Bleeding Hearts, which should tell you everything you need to know about what is about to come. And I've picked out, for this podcast episode, 3 chapters that I want to try and read. I want to try and get through. It is a little long, so we might not get through all of it. And as I was going through some of this, I found a few things that I would like to go back and confront 14-year-old Sam about, to be quite honest. There was some offhanded homophobic remarks that I would love to unpack. And I think I thought at that age that a damsel in distress was sexy, and that that I felt like men felt like they had to rescue women, and I kind of like wrote into that a lot, which I do not enjoy reading. But yeah, there are definitely some problematic elements to the fan fictions that I will definitely avoid. But I'll read you the good bits. So
I mean, I feel like they're all good bits, to be honest.
I mean, some of them are definitely not very good bits. But are you ready to start this?
Oh, baby, I've been ready from day one.
Okay,
excited.
also, one thing I do want to mention is this is, embarrassingly enough, it is a self-insert fan fiction. So,
you're in it?
Yeah, so I've written.
Oh my god! Honestly, just when you think life can't get any better, it does.
I've written me as the main character. So like.
Oh, perfect.
Oh. So
I love this so much.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
So, chapter 1. This is the beginning of it all.
That's what you called it?
Yeah, this is the name of the chapter, the beginning of it all.
Ugh, the drams already.
Literally, all of the titles of each chapter are very loaded. Let me see if I can find the title of the second chapter. Where is it? Oh, I don't know. I had too many words. Anyway, chapter 1, the beginning of it all. Sam, get up now. Sorry, this literally hurts my feelings reading this. My mother's voice jolted me awake from my dreamless sleep. All right, I'm up, I shouted back. I sat up.
Sorry, I'm just... Okay, go on. It's not even funny. Go on.
Oh. I sat up and ran my fingers through my hair, only to get them stuck in a huge knot. Fantastic. I walked... I'm going to power through. I walked over to the dressing table. The new one that Mum had just got me last week with the mirror on it. I mean, I definitely felt like that was an absolutely relevant detail. I ragged the brush through my hair and tears came to my eyes with every pull. Jesus Christ, Sam, slow down.
What are you doing to your hair? Why are they so knotty?
I don't know, mate. What are you doing in your sleep, bro? And also, why are you combing your hair until you're crying? Like, start at the bottom, bro. Start at the bottom of your hair. Work those knots out. Condition that hair, yourself. Guy. Ooh, you don't have to be a masochist at every single opportunity, bro. Okay. I finished brushing my hair and went to wash my face and brush my teeth. I honestly, I love that I'm focusing on such inane details. Like, who did I think I was? Did I think I was like Stephen King or... I finished that. I went back into my room and put Slipknot on my stereo. I dressed myself in my favorite dark blue t-shirt saying, I see dumb people. I think that might have just been a t-shirt I saw in Quiggins.
I was just going to say, they sold that shit in Quiggins.
I mean, I definitely bought most of that shit.
Wow.
I dressed myself in my favourite dark blue t-shirt saying, I see dumb people. My black miniskirt, black and blue striped tights, and black Converse. I did my eyeliner, grabbed my bag and ran downstairs. Morning, Mum, I said, walking into the kitchen. Hey, hon, how'd you sleep? Good enough, I said, grabbing a banana. Mum, sorry, but I gotta run. Also, I want to throw out there as well. This is supposed to be set in America, and like you'll realize the more I use the words that I use, you can tell this is not written by an American person. Like when I read this to Ashton was like, oh, you're walking on the pavement and you're saying, hiya, hon. Like, this is not American. Like, this this is so fucking British. Okay, hon, but remember, I'm working late tonight, so take your keys. I'm on it, I said, grabbing my keys. See you later, Mum, I said, kissing her cheek. Bye, sweetie, she shouted after me as I ran out the front door. This is where it gets real bad.
Yes.
I ran down the pavement to see my best friend Raven.
Raven!
Stood with her ruby gloom bag on her shoulder and her hands on her hips, looking impatient. Do you know what ruby gloom is?
No, but it sounds awful.
Ruby Gloom was like a little cartoon character that all the goth kids loved. And like, I've noticed as I read through all this fan fiction, like as I was going out picking bits, like I was desperately trying to portray to people that I was into certain things. Like, this is what I liked. Please think I'm cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. She was wearing a black skirt, a hot pink t-shirt saying Fallen Angel, pink and black baseball boots, and on top of all that, a ruby gloom track jacket. What the fuck took you so long? She asked. Slept in late. Sorry, I said. And that's the end of the podcast. Okay, bye. Okay.
No, bitch.
We both then walked over to Benji and Joel's house. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Good Charlotte, but Benji and Joel are two members of Good Charlotte. And I think in this, they're supposed to be in high school. So these kids are going to be like 17, 18, I think. So
That's college.
in America, it's not.
Okay.
I think they're supposed to be like 17, 18. Maybe it will make it clear because I don't remember, but I think they were supposed to be 17, 18.
Okay.
We both then walked over to Benji and Joel's house. I knocked on the front door and waited for them. Finally, Benji and Joel emerged from the front door. Well, hello, ladies. Looking fine today, Benji smirked.
Oh my god.
Shut up, man, I said to him. Oh, this hurts my soul. Hey, babe, Raven said, kissing Benji on the lips. Well, good morning to you too, Raven Valentine.
Raven Valentine.
He said, wrapping his arm around her waist. A year and a half ago, I wouldn't have had to put up with this. But then I made the fatal mistake of setting them up on a date. I slapped myself for weeks after that. Me and Joel walked slightly ahead of them, leaving them to fondle.
Oh my god, fondle!
Literally.
Probably the wrong choice of word. That is fondle. Who's a fondle with someone's willy? You're like... Sam! Leaving them to fondle.
Just walking down the street, just like...
Literally? Wow.
Fucking hell, I'm so glad that we don't do the video podcast because I do not want anyone to see what I just did. So, how's the band going? I asked. Really good. We got a call last night from some people saying they wanted to sign us. He sighed, but it turned out to be Jake doing a prank on us.
So not really good.
I felt so sorry for him and Benji at times. Their dad left them on Christmas Eve last year, and they always got shit from people at school. Well, we all did. We were classed as the freaks of the school. Oh, I hugged Joel and said, "Don't worry, man. Your band will make it big one day. Trust me." She writes from the future. He pulled away and smiled at me. He was one of my best friends, but I had to admit, I melted every time he smiled.
Wow.
Just then, the bright yellow school bus tore down the road right past us. God damn it, Benji yelled. Every fucking day. I sighed and turned to Raven, who was still, quite literally, attached to Benji at the hip, and said, "Looks like we're walking." I feel like if you're missing the bus every single day, like, that's your fault, bro. That's not the bus's fault. That's your fault, bro.
Stop fondling each other in the street, my guy.
Also, wow, quite literally attached at the hip. Wow. How do they walk? And there's a little time jump. We got to school finally, and me and Raven had to split from Benji and Joel. Well, you know, them being 2 years older than us, we're not in the same classes. Okay, so that answers my question. So Benji and Joel must be 18 in this, and me, Sam and Raven, I said me and Raven then. Fucking hell. Sam and Raven must be fucking 16. Kind of noncy, but all right. Meet you at the gates after lunch. At lunch. Oh, wait, hold on. Meet you at the gates at lunch. All right, I shouted to Joel. He nodded and waved goodbye. I started walking towards my math room when I turned to see Raven still sucking Benji's lips off. Sam sounds very bitter here. Like, are you okay, Queen? And then there's a little bit in italics. I swear to God, she will be going through so much pain if she doesn't get down here in the next 20 seconds.
Oh my God.
Almost like she was reading my mind, she finally pulled away and ran down to meet me. About time, I said sarcastically, but she just flipped me off. We both walked to math. Thank God I sat relatively close to her. I think if I didn't have some sort of communication with another human in math, I would have shut down, like totally, forever.
Like totally, forever. I love the way it's also math, not maths.
Literally. I was trying real hard to be American here, but then I still use words like pavement and horn. We both sat surrounded by other students and waited for Miss Silverman to give us our work. The tardy bell rang and she stood up. Just as she got to the blackboard, a knock came at the door. The door opened and a really tall guy came in.
A really tall guy.
Fucking Slender Man through the high school door.
That's funny.
I wish we could just replace everyone with Slender Man in this. He had short brown spiked hair and a silver chair shirt and bright red bondage pants on.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi. Do you remember bondage pants?
No. They weren't.
So they were like these pants that had like chains and like bits of fabric that like connected the legs and stuff. It was all a big mess.
I'm onto them, but they were not my time.
Oh yeah, they were my time. Hi, sorry I'm late. I'm new here, he said. His voice was soft but deep and sexy at the same time. Okay, what's your name? Miss Silverman asked. Do you know what I should have done? Do you know what we should have done? We should have planned this podcast better. You should have read out Billy's lines. Maybe we'll do that for the next one. Oh my God. Maybe we'll do that for the next one.
Yeah.
You can read out all the other shit.
You should email me the next chapter so I can read it. Like now.
Wow. Oh. But then I won't get your genuine reaction.
You will. Because I'll be reading it.
Oh, bruh. Right, let me get to the end of this. Okay. What's your name? Miss Silverman asked. William Martin. But please, call me Billy. Billy Martin is another member of Good Charlotte, in case you did not know.
Oh, God.
And he was the fit one. I still maintain that. He is the fit one.
Shut up.
I would still shag him to this day. Okay, Billy, you can sit right there, she said, and pointed to the empty seat next to me. I prayed to God that he didn't sigh or beg to be moved. He just walked over and sat down. Hi, I'm Billy. What's your name? He whispered. I couldn't help but notice his icy blue eyes and silver lip ring. I'm Sam. Sam Williams. Nice to meet you, I said, and stuck out my hand. He shook it and said, likewise. God. And then flashed a smile at me. I could feel my cheeks go bright red and hot. Do you mind me sitting with you for lunch? I don't really know anyone else, he asked. Yeah, definitely, I said. What have you got next? Home ec? Oh, with Miss Healy? Yep, he said. Great. Me too. I'll show you there. And then I've written in Billy's point of view.
Home ec.
So, home ec, yeah. Textiles. Yeah, we're going to play with some sewing machines. Okay. So I've written in Billy's point of view now. I nervously played with my lip ring as I walked towards my new math class. I was about 15 feet from the door when the tardy bell went. Late on the first day. Great start, Billy. I walked over to the door and knocked. I hate being the new kid. Hi, sorry I'm late. I'm new here, I said, hoping I had gotten the right room. Okay, what's your name? Of course. My name. I knew my name, but why couldn't I think of my name? William Martin, but please call me Billy. Okay, Billy, you can sit right there, she said, and pointed to an empty seat. I looked at the girl sat next to the empty seat and nearly let my jaw fall open. Fuck off. Stupid. I liked the dark blue and black thing she had going on. I expected her to sigh and move away in disgust when I introduced myself. But instead she smiled and said, Hi, I'm Sam Williams. Nice to meet you. She stuck out her hand and I shook it and said likewise. Great. Now I sounded like an idiot. I asked her if I could sit with her for lunch and surprisingly she said yes. She wasn't afraid to be seen with a freak. Cool. I mean,
Cool.
I clearly had a lot of self-esteem issues here. I was projecting in my fanfiction. What an idiot.
I just want to say, I'm enjoying every minute of this.
I hate all of this.
I love it.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, this is not Billy's point of view anymore. Several hours passed quickly, and I couldn't seem to get Billy out of my thoughts. That's because you sat next to him in class, you fucking idiot. Oh my God, the next line. I literally didn't even look at the next line. The next line says, the fact that he sat next to me in most of my classes didn't really help the matter.
Wow, it's almost like you wrote this.
It's just so funny that I literally just write as myself. Like, I think when I write like blog posts and shit, you can really tell what my voice is like. But the fact that this even translated in my fan fiction as well, and still is now my train of thought when I'm 29 years old, is just fucking mind blowing.
Clear, concise brand. We love it.
We love to see it. The lunch bell rang, and I quickly gathered my stuff and walked out of the door and waited for Billy and Raven. Out came Raven, closely followed by Billy. Raven, this is Billy. Billy, this is Raven. Hi. I really had to elaborate on all of that dialogue. He's sitting with us for lunch. Everything matters. Nothing is by accident. He's sitting with us for lunch, I said to Raven, and Billy smiled. Cool, Raven said. Let's go get Benji and Joel, she continued as we walked towards the school gates. Now, there's a bit of a time jump here, because
oh my God, I've just realised. Sorry, yes. I've just realised. Why am I getting invested? I've just realised that, like, Billy, who you said the member of the band in real life, clearly isn't a member of the band yet. So, how is this going to work to make Good Charlotte? Oh gosh, I'm so excited.
I wish I could read all of the fan fiction on this podcast. But, like, I'm going to skip forward from chapter 1 to chapter 3. Okay. And chapter 3...
We shouldn't do that. I feel like we should... How many chapters are there?
There's, like, 28.
We should do that.
Let's skip that. I will continue to pick out good chapters for each podcast, even if it's not in chronological order. But if people really want the chronological order as like a breakdown of an episode every now and again, then I will absolutely do that. But until then, I will just pick out the best bits. So if you really want the whole story...
This podcast is going to end up being like, my dad wrote a porno, but my best friend wrote a fucking awful fan fiction about Good Charlotte. For fuck's sake.
Wow. So yeah, if you really do want the whole chronological thing, like, let me know and I will probably not do it because that's painfully embarrassing. But also I might consider it because it would be hysterical.
I want to keep some dignity.
I've posted my nudes online, Cassie. Like, I feel like everyone has seen what they need to see. Okay, chapter 3. Awkward dates suck. I'm like sweating here. I'm so nervous and embarrassed. Remember when I said I don't have any shame? I lied. Okay. So 5:30. I hopped out of the shower and grabbed a towel. I went into my room and got dressed in my red halter top, black bondage pants, and black Converse. Now, just picture that image. Just how early 2000s does that image sound? Just
Screams
red...
Avril Lavigne.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Truly.
I did my eyeliner and went downstairs. I sat on the sofa and waited anxiously for Billy to arrive. I mean, well, absolutely nothing changes now. I sit everywhere anxiously. After a while, I heard a soft knock at the door. I stood up and answered it and went to see Billy on the front step. "Hi, Sam," he said, looking me up and down. "Hey, Billy." He was wearing a Corn t-shirt, a pair of black Dickies, and a pair of Puma trainers. Why
a
Puma,
Corn
Sam?
t-shirt. A Corn t-shirt, wow.
What's wrong with Corn? Hey.
No, I went to Liscard once. You know how like all like the emos and the moshers used to hang around in Liscard. Well, I don't know if you know that because you didn't grow up by me. They did, by the cherry tree. I once went after school with like a new group of mates, and I was like, "What's Corn?" Because he had a Corn badge on, and he chased me out of Liscard. Like he started to run after me.
Oh my God.
Literally, and I was like, "Wow, them moshers are scary people. I'm not going back there." So now every time someone mentions Corn, I'm like, don't ask about Corn, don't ask about Corn, don't ask about Corn. You know what happened last time, Cassie? Don't ask about Corn.
"You ready then?" he said. Giving me a lot of sass with your fucking Puma trainers and Corn t-shirt.
What a combo.
Sure am.
You've hit fucking the randomise button on fucking Sims.
Literally. "Sure am. Just hang on a sec." I turned back inside. "Mom, Billy's here. See you later." "Okay, hon," she shouted back. "See you later."
Wow.
I stepped out the door and looked up at Billy. He smiled, then we walked to his car. He opened the door for me. I smiled at him and got in. When he got in my car, I said to him, "Aren't you a bit young to drive?" I don't know why that's just so funny to me. "Aren't you a bit young to drive?" "Are you a bit young to be a bitch?"
I have a feeling you're going to be a bit young to be doing some other things later, but...
Yeah, but my mum taught me. "And you aren't going to tell, are you?" he said, laughing. "So you're driving illegally here, dickhead." "Might do. Depends if you're nice to me or not," I said in a joking voice.
She's a flirt.
Jesus. Oh, she's a dickhead is what she is. "Where do you plan on taking me?" "I was thinking maybe the cinema and a pizza or something." "Yeah, that's cool." We got to the cinema and Billy parked right near the door. I took off my seatbelt and Billy said, "Wait." He got out and ran around to open my door. He opened it for me.
He ran round to open my door, and then just to clarify, he did open it for me.
Oh, God. "Thank you, Billy," I said. I know it wasn't a date, but it sure felt like one to me. And honestly, I think the bar has clearly been low for men from the age of 14. If you opened the door for me, we were on a date. You were in love with me. Wow. Since when have friends, in quotation marks, ran around and opened the door for you? I mean, shut up. We went to the desk.
Stop overthinking.
Literally. I mean, that's literally me at any age, but okay. We went to the desk and had a look at what was playing. "Oh, look, Dawn of the Dead is playing on special," he said. I didn't even know if that was out. I mean, it must have been out at that time, but all right, that's not really relevant, but go off. "Cool. I haven't seen that. Let's see that then." We went up to the desk. I pulled out my wallet, but Billy wouldn't let me pay. We must have been stood at the desk arguing for about 5 minutes. Arguing about it 5 minutes is
Jesus
a long time to
Christ.
argue about it. Before the woman had snapped and said, well, one of you just pay, please.
Yeah.
I finally gave in and let Billy pay. As we walked away, I whispered in his ear, at least let me pay for the popcorn. I know, I hate me. We got the popcorn, which Billy did let me pay for, and we got a jumbo drink with 2 straws to share. I do not share my drinks with anybody.
Do you know what? In the days of COVID, that was the one.
Absolutely not. We went into our screen and got our seats. There seemed to only be me and Billy in there. Of course there is.
Obviously.
We both sat on the back row and watched the previews. And now I stopped reading this chapter.
Are you gonna get fingered?
No, I'm not going to get fingered.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Now, I stopped reading this chapter, so I genuinely am not quite sure what's coming up in this next little bit.
So you could get fingered?
I mean, I don't think I did get fingered, but maybe. The Universal music played really loudly at the beginning of the film, and I jumped and let out a little squeak. Billy laughed and put his finger to his lips. I laughed and turned to watch the film. It didn't take that long before I got scared, but I think I managed to hide it well. Fuck off. I jumped a few times now and again. Billy noticed this and leaned over and whispered in my ear, "It's just a movie." Fuck off, Billy.
Thanks for reminding me, dickhead.
About 25 minutes.
Someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh my god, did you just fucking mansplain the cinema to me? I'd get up and walk out and go, wow, in a bit.
About 25 minutes after that, a zombie jumped out of nowhere. And then I've got in brackets, author's note. On the film,
stop
not
it.
in the cinema.
Oh my god. Oh my god, stop it.
And I
Oh
squealed.
my god.
And I squealed and grabbed Billy's hand. I didn't mean to. It just happened. My eyes went really wide, and I pulled away slowly and looked at Billy. I could see from the light coming from the screen that he practically turned maroon. I think I might have too, because Billy just smiled. I feel like if you're turning maroon by a female touching you, you need to chill out, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mouthed. Why is she apologizing for just touching him? Like, come on, bro. She touched your hand, get a grip. It's okay, he mouthed back. I smiled and turned back to watch the film. When the film ended, we both stood up and walked out.
Damn it, you weren't fingered.
I should have. Do you know what? I wish I had been fingered. It would have been more interesting than what the fuck just happened.
Rewrite it, Sam, rewrite it. Do what J.K. Rowling does and be like, oh yeah, they're gay. You can just be like, oh yeah, by the way, she was actually fingered.
He turned maroon because he was fingering her at the time. And
read between the lines, people.
I take it that scared you, Billy said. Fucking patronising little shit. Just a bit. He laughed and said, "You still want a pizza, or did the ugly zombies put you off your food?"
Jesus.
I punched him in the arm softly and said, "Shut up." He grabbed his arm in a very overdramatic fashion and said, "Ow, that hurt." I laughed and said, "Come on then, pizza it is." Like, is this how I thought people flirted when I was 14 years old? Because, like, I despair for 14-year-old Sam.
Yeah, I don't like this.
We found a pizza place and we ordered a veggie pizza. Now, I did my research on Good Charlotte and I knew that Billy was a vegetarian. So, of course, I wrote veggie pizza into this.
Oh my god.
Now,
what the fuck?
that is not the only thing I did my research on. I did my research on a lot of things that will probably become evidently clear. And if not, I will point them out as we go. "Here, let me pay," I said, and got my wallet out of my pocket. "Nope," Billy said. "Please, no. Let me pay." "Never," he said, and tackled me. He He pinned me to the floor and tickled me. What?
Where the fuck did he pin you to the floor?
I'm getting to that. Oh, come on, Billy, stop. He was tickling me on the floor in the middle of a restaurant. Friends don't do that. No one does that.
I was going to say, fucking no one does that. I've never been on a date and they've just pinned me to the ground and tickled me. What the fuck is that?
If that's your kink, absolutely go for it, but that is not a kink of mine.
I mean, if that's your kink, save it till you're home, my guy.
Yeah, don't inflict that on innocent people standing around you. We both stood up. I looked around to see everyone looking at us with eyebrows raised. Obviously. What? I snapped at them. Imagine having that much attitude that when someone looked at you for being a complete and utter knobhead in public, you were like, what? Everyone went back to eating their pizzas. Billy paid and we sat down at a table. You have no shame, do you? I asked, laughing. No, but judging by the colour of your cheeks, you do. I laughed and put my head in my hands. The guy came with our pizza and we, in quotation marks, tucked in. I really don't know why that's in quotation marks.
Yeah, what?
I looked up and caught Billy looking at me. What? I asked. She's very defensive. Nothing, he said, looking down. We talked for a while and finished our pizzas. We stood up and walked over to the door to go outside. Billy stopped me and opened the door for me. I curtsied and laughed. Fuck off. This woman is insufferable. We got to the car and I opened the door for myself.
For fuck's sake.
He pulled up outside my house and stopped the car. He turned to me and said, I had a good time tonight. Me too. I smiled and he started to lean in towards me. And then in italics I've got, oh God.
Oh?
He got close. But then he just cleared his throat. Well, is it just me or did this feel like a date? Billy asked. Kinda. I mean, maybe I missed a bit, but surely this was a date the whole time. Like, I don't... This is why we should read it in chronological order, because I don't know. This doesn't make sense. He just laughed. I felt a bit relieved. I wasn't the only one feeling like this then. I'll knock for you before school on Monday then, he smiled and he said and smiled. I smiled back and said, okay, thanks for tonight, and got out of the car. I started to walk up to my front door. I turned around and looked at Billy. He was watching me go. I smiled at him and he started the car. He smiled and drove down the road for 200 yards and pulled into his driveway. Oh yeah, by the way, they are neighbours. I forgot to mention that. Wow.
For 200 yards? Wow, okay.
I opened the door and went inside. I went upstairs into my room and threw myself onto my bed. Now, Billy's point of view. And this, honestly, besides what...
Oh, for the whole date?
No, this is now Billy's point of view.
Okay.
Not for the whole date, just a little bit. Wow, she is so cool. I was so tempted. Literally.
You're right, Sam.
Honestly, mate, wow. I was so tempted to kiss her in my car. I leaned forward, but chickened out. What if she rejected me? I didn't want my heart broken yet again. I didn't want to risk it. Mate, you are less than 18 years old, get a grip. But after all, she did agree to go out with me and grabbed my hand in the cinema. But I did clearly state it wasn't a date. This reminds me, that whole thought process there reminds me of, you remember when I was saying to you, like, what if they don't want to have sex with me because they see that I'm fat, but then they went on a date with me and they've already seen that I'm fat, and I'm like unpacking all of these things already in my head without any input from you.
Yeah.
So, wow, I really did put all of my personality into my writing, didn't I?
Billy is also you.
Yeah. Wow. But I did clearly state that it wasn't a date. And then this next bit is in italics.
Did he?
Like his thoughts. I guess so. In chapter 2 he must have. Shit must have gone down in chapter 2 that I've skipped out. Oh, that rhymes. Oh yeah, that's the part to focus on, you idiot. Shut up, brain.
Shut up, brain!
If she does like me, hopefully she does. I'll just have to wait and see. And that is the end of that painful chapter. Whew. Okay. So we're going to skip forward now. What?
I personally loved that.
You're going to love this next one. And wow, I'm going to hate this one. I hate it so much already. Whew. Okay, let me just get myself ready. So I'm going to skip forward to chapter 20. And I promise this one's worth the wait. And I'm going to break down some of the key points that we might have missed between chapter 3 and chapter 20, is they are now boyfriend and girlfriend. That's it. That's all the information you need for this to go down. And this chapter starts with Billy's mother walking in on them, not having sex, but getting ready to have sex.
Okay.
So, Now, I want you to remember the age I was when I wrote this. I was 14. And I lost my virginity at 16. So just bear that in mind. Both key pieces of information that will become clear as to why I give you them now. And this chapter is titled, The First Time's Always the Hardest. Hello,
that's
Sam.
That's the name of the chapter.
That's the name of the chapter.
Fucking hell, Sam.
Literally. Hello, Sam. William. Jean, in brackets, Billy's mum, said coldly. Hi, Mum. Billy stuttered as we both leapt up. I pulled my shirt down, covering myself back up. It wasn't busy at work, so they said I could leave early, she continued. Well, you did kind of surprise us, Billy said. Imagine if that's what you said to your parents if they caught you about to have sex.
Oh, no.
Both of us were practically maroon in colour. I'm really going with the maroon theme. I should be going, I whispered. I think that's a good idea, Jean said. I smiled at Billy and then made my way out the door. Imagine being so blasé about your boyfriend.
I was going to say, they're both very chill. I'm confused.
Literally. Next day. Mum, I yelled from the top of the stairs. No reply. Mum, I called out again. Again, no reply. Damn it. I went downstairs and into the kitchen. It was there that I found a note taped to the fridge. Sam, gone out with Jean and Robin. I won't be in until much later. I have my mobile if you need me. Kisses, Mum. Then in italics. Fan-fucking-tastic. Actually.
Oh, my God.
I raced upstairs and into my mum's room. I grabbed some black and red candles that she normally burns.
Oh, my God.
I ran into my room and set up the candles around my bed. Those are probably, if they're like red and black candles that she normally burns, like what if they were like the BDSM ones that like burn at like a super low temperature for like wax play?
Yeah. I mean, would have come in handy.
I mean, I guess maybe. I mean, what a thing to start with, losing your virginity with wax play.
Start as you mean to go on, eh?
Literally. I ran into my room and set up the candles around my bed. I opened my dressing table drawer and pulled out the lingerie that Billy had bought me and a box of condoms. Okay, so in the previous chapter, Billy had bought her lingerie, I guess. I lit all the candles and took off my clothes. I put on my lingerie and ran back into my mum's room. I grabbed her black silk dressing gown and put it on. Don't wear your mum's dressing gown when you're going to get fucked, you absolute weirdo. Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, I'm just a bit fucking... I'm going to rub my mum's candles, my mum's dressing gown. No, mummy issues.
Now all I needed to do was get Billy over here. I feel like that wouldn't have been such a hard thing to do if she just rang him and said, "Hey Billy, me ma's out. Do you want to fuck?" He'd have been like, "Hell yeah, I'm fucking down." Just as I slid the gown onto my shoulders, the phone rang. "Hello?" I asked as I picked up the phone. "Hey," came Billy's voice. "Hey, what's up? I have a bit of a cooking problem. Can you come over and help?" Yeah, sure." "Thanks.
Oh,
see you in a minute." "Bye," I said and put the phone down. Damn it. I went into my room and blew out all the candles. I fastened my gown tightly and grabbed my keys. "Put your clothes on, bitch." I ran back downstairs and out the front door.
Is she on drugs?
I mean, she has been dickmatized.
Wow.
I stood at Billy's front door, having just rang the doorbell, and prayed that no one else could see me almost naked on the street. You could literally have just put your clothes on, you stupid knobhead. Billy finally opened the door and let me inside. "So, what's up?" I asked. He eyed me up and down, smirking. "Kitchen," was all he said. I walked over to the kitchen. I observed the surroundings, and nothing seemed to be wrong. The table was fine, the counter was clear, nothing out of the ordinary. Then I felt a pair of arms snake around my waist. I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure that they were Billy's arms. Oh. He moved my hair and started kissing the back of my neck. "There's no problem, is there?" I smirked. "Nuh-uh. Now this is where I would like the ground to open me up and swallow me whole, so yikes." I moaned as Billy hit a sensitive spot, and I felt him smile against my skin.
I'm going to try to keep my laughter in as much as I can. Okay, go on.
He started to unfasten the silk belt, but I stopped him. "Not here. Bedroom," I said. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Yes."
Oh my God.
Oh. He picked me up and carried me, bridal style, upstairs into his room. You like, I'm going to try and keep my laughter in as much as I can. Oh.
Bridal style. That is, honest to God, I've never heard that phrase used before. Bridal style. Is that a new sex position? Oh my God. Oh, that's so funny. Bridal style. Oh.
He kicked his door open to reveal lit candles scattered all around the room. "You plan ahead."
Candles?
Yeah, scattered candles. "You plan ahead," I smirked, as if this bitch hadn't already lit candles all over her room. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. And robbed him out of his fucking dressing gown.
Oh, let's not talk about that. I'm always prepared. He laid me down on the bed and walked over to the door. He slid a bolt across, locking it.
Oh, wow.
This suddenly
Fucking
got
hell.
a little bit murdery.
A bolt?
A dead
Fucking
bolt, yeah,
hell.
I guess. After
Christ.
yesterday's little episode, "I'm not taking any chances," he said. He then crawled up the bed and laid down on top of me. His lips crashed onto mine, and I wrapped my legs around his waist. I rolled him over and straddled his waist. I unfastened the belt. Yeah. Unfastened the belt and slid the gown off my shoulders. I threw it to the floor, leaving me in just my bra and underwear. "Nice outfit," he smirked. I've just literally looked at your face on Skype. I'm so sorry. I've been trying not to look at you, and I could just see you, like...
Hands over my face.
I leaned down and brushed my lips against his. Oh, God. He flipped me over so he was on top of me again and grinned evilly. Like, I say this as if I'm... like, if this is a true self-insert fanfiction, right? I'm no top. So, like, why am I struggling for power? There is no power struggle involved here. Like... I pulled at the hem of his t-shirt and he pulled it over his head. Ew. Billy nibbled at my earlobe as I undid his belt and unzipped his pants. I pulled them off and left Billy in just his boxers. Oh. I'm so sorry. It's just because I know what's coming. He was so hard already and I had barely touched him.
Ooh.
I want you so bad, Billy whispered in my ear, almost breathless.
Love that.
Sorry, I'll do that again. I want you so bad.
Oh, Sam, don't do that.
Billy pushed his lips up against mine and slid his tongue into my mouth. He ran his fingers up my thigh and then my side, and then he slipped his hands under my back. He struggled with the bra clasp and pulled away from the kiss. He stuck out his tongue, seriously concentrating. Men. Here, I'll do it, I chuckled. I slid my hands underneath my back and undid my bra easily. Billy slid the straps off my shoulders and kissed my collarbone. I then slipped my hands down Billy's boxers and grasped his growing erection. Wow. Woo! He moaned and bit down gently on my bottom lip. He exhaled sharply and slid a finger from each hand under the elastic of my underwear. How are these people positioned? Like, how are you reaching to where you're reaching? Like, come on, bro. I let go of him, and he kissed my hip bone as he slid my underwear down my legs.
Fucking hell, where are they stood up?
I don't know. I think they're laying down.
It sounds like they stood up.
I don't know, bro. It says they were laying down because they did just have that power struggle for who's going to be on top.
Yeah, but like... Wow, okay, go on.
Yeah. Relax, Billy whispered. I didn't even realise how tense I was until now. I was even trembling slightly. It's not that I was scared. I just really wanted to do this. I was just very nervous. Are you sure you want to do this? He asked. We do value consent in this household, so thank you very much, Billy. Of course. I pulled his boxers off and threw them to the floor. Billy, we need a condom, I said.
Billy, condom.
Way ahead of you, he said. And he grabbed a small packet off his night table. He opened the packet and slid on the condom. Then he laid back down in between my legs. Are you sure you're okay with this? He asked. Absolutely. Just go slow, I whispered. I think it's very clear that I value consent. He nodded and leaned down to kiss me. Ugh. I then felt him start to slip inside me. I gasped and closed my eyes tightly. Oh, you okay? He whispered and ran his hand down my cheek. I just nodded, eyes still closed. Look at me. I opened my eyes and they met his piercing blue ones. Do you want me to stop? He asked. No, I'm okay. Just give me a second. He nodded and kissed me gently. I love you so much, I whispered. I know. I love you too. He replied sympathetically.
Sympathetically?
For fuck's sake. I'm like hot and not in a good way. I'm like overheating with embarrassment. I kissed him and nodded him, telling him it was okay to move. He retreated slowly and then gently pushed back in. I would have screamed if Billy's lips weren't covering mine. Ew, 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 ew. The pain was overwhelming at first, but Billy was slow and tried to make me comfortable. With every movement Billy made, the pain died down. Oh God, Billy, I moaned. He pinned my wrist to the bed for leverage. Yeah, for leverage, not because you're a kid.
For leverage!
And thrust harder and deeper. I arched my back and threw my head back in pleasure. I looked up at Billy, who had his eyes closed and was gnawing on his bottom lip, trying to refrain from screaming.
He was?
Yeah, could you imagine looking up at someone who's just fucking gnawing on their bottom lip. Beads of sweat formed on his forehead and his hair was messed up. Oh, God. Shit, fuck. Oh, God, Billy panted, his breath becoming increasingly fast-paced and ragged. I'm gonna come. And the biggest lie in all of the fanfic is, me too.
Oh my God.
My whole body tensed as I let out a huge moan. Billy bit down on my lip as he thrust into me one last time as deep as he could, forcing a scream to be thrown from the back of my throat. Billy screamed every obscenity he had learned in his 18 years as he came.
I know he never. Billy.
Could you imagine someone literally about to come inside you and they just scream, piss flaps?
Wow.
Oh no.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus fucking hell, man. Alright, where am I? Sorry, I'm lost. Jesus, please find me. I am lost. He collapsed on top of me, panting heavily. He slipped out of me and rolled over, lying next to me. We both just laid there, gasping for air, trying to let our breathing return to normal. I grabbed Billy's hand and entwined my fingers with his. That was... wow, I said. Billy smiled and kissed my hand. So it was good for you? Yes, I smiled and kissed him gently. Good, let me just sort something out, he said, and sat up. He started fiddling with the condom, taking it off. Oh, fuck, he mumbled. Shit. What? What's wrong? I asked. The condom. What about it?
Oh, no.
A huge knot started growing in the pit of my stomach. It split. And that is the cliffhanger I'm going to leave you on.
Wow. So you lost your virginity with such vigorous sex that the condom split.
Literally.
Interesting is a word that comes to mind.
Now, remember when I said I wrote this when I was 14 and I lost my virginity at 16? So, I mean, if it wasn't clear that that sex scene was written by a virgin, I don't know about you, but I did not come when the first time I had sex. So.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. And it did not just slide in either.
Oh, absolutely not. Have these people never heard of lube? Or
literally
foreplay?
Like,
come on. Billy did not lick the clit. There you go. He should not be allowed to hit. Wow. At least finger a gal and get her warmed up.
Yeah, man. Cheeky bit of lube. Bring
back fingering, I say.
Yeah, mate, if that's not been clear from me throughout all this, I agree.
And that is the end of this instalment of Sam's eternal shame.
I loved every minute of that. Like, wow, you had some time on your hands, my girl.
That's not even the worst.
I'd love to hear you write a sex scene now.
Oh, maybe I could do that. I'm definitely not going to do that for Aftercare. Do you know what I think would be really funny for Aftercare is if someone like submitted fan fiction for us to read.
Oh my god, yes, please. If anyone has any fan fiction, especially like raunchy fan fiction, please.
How would you feel if someone wrote fan fiction about us? Not like sexy fan fiction about us, but just like fan fiction about us.
That'd be so fucking funny. I'd love that. That'd be so fucking funny.
So this is my call to you guys. Please write some fan fiction that we can read.
Oh, God. Do you know what I wrote on, Wattpad?
Oh, yeah.
I wrote a cheeky little story on Wattpad.
Oh, should we read that for the next episode?
I don't know if I can be able to find it. I'll look for it, but...
What was it about?
fallen in love with my mate's brother.
Ooh.
Ooh. He was like introducing Matt or something.
Oh.
Something mad.
Was he in a band also?
No, but I think I had red hair.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Those were the days. And I didn't finish it, for sure.
Oh.
Wow. That was excellent. Well done, Sam.
What a wild ride.
Why that's not been published, I don't know. One of them burning questions I'll have forever, I guess.
Well, if you do want to hear more of it, please let us know, and I will consider not reading it, but also might read it.
I want to read a chapter next time.
Okay, so if we do this again, then what I'll do is I'll email you the chapter in advance, and I'll like highlight the bits that I want you to read, and then we can have a truly interactive story.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Actually, yeah, that'd be fun.
Wow.
When we have like heavy episodes, we'll break all the heavy episodes up with some fan fiction. If people like it, if people didn't like this episode, then
I'm sorry for everything.
Oh, wow, excellent. Right, we're going to be doing an aftercare about this, so send us your thoughts and opinions and stories about fan fiction as a kid.
If anyone else wrote fan fiction, please let me know, because I want to know I'm not alone in my shame. I know a lot of my friends from high school also used to write fan fiction, so I see you. I know you exist. So
don't you hide from me, bitch.
But yeah, if you want to follow us on Instagram, make sure you follow us at From Tops to Bottoms. My Instagram is at Samantha and BJ, which is exactly the same for my Twitter.
Mine is at radicallove.co.uk, which is the same for my website, and my Twitter is CassRatTray. We also have a Facebook profile or page. I don't know if you want to become a fan or whatever the fuck you do there. It's just From Tops to Bottoms.
If you would like to email us a submission of fan fiction, make sure you email us at hellotopstobottoms@gmail.com. I think this is the first week I have fully remembered what the email address is, so congratulations to me. But yeah, I cannot wait to hear your fan fiction. I really hope that someone sends something, because that would be amazing.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, so
Stunning.
I'm going to go cry in a little pit of shame. So I will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.